Oh well, just getting the last sheet out here. Plywood, 1 metre by 2 metres. As you can tell, some of it, well, this is probably one of the worst. Some of it ain't the best. I believe it's all second grade, so that's almost glued into there and got a little indentation. A lot of these will have, let's see. Yeah, that side's fairly good, as you can see. Some of them where the knots are, you'll have one side where it'll just be nothing except, like, what I'm saying is you'll have like a hollow piece where every knot is, and then you'll see the piece underneath it and a little bit of that sort of glue sitting in. And then you'll flip it over the other side and it'll be a bit more like these ones up the front here, and they'll have putty in every single frickin' one of them on the opposite side. I've got a few of these, probably 8 or 10 from work. You know, it's one of these things, I'm looking at that useless blasted ceiling in the kitchen. One of my eyelashes is pissing around here, I think. And, you know, one of these days I'll replace these things, and it looks like I've just got all the materials to do exactly that. I'm not saying it'll be necessarily sooner rather than later, but yeah, I like the wood grain in my bedroom. I do actually like the wood grain there. You can see even from the front of the house here, you know, all those weatherboards got replaced. There's another wall I'm going to do weatherboards on this summer, and got to get the toilet system worked out. Long and short of it is that, you know, I got a lot on my plate, but we'll see. You know, we might even end up with these sheets on the ceiling and buy some plasterboard and do some of the kitchen walls there. But I noticed there's one black mark on the plywood that's on the kitchen wall that's like against the bedroom side there, it could all do with a little paint, I think. But I do like the wood grain in the bedroom. But you know, I've still got plenty of that pink paint left from, or purplish paint left from the other rooms that are sort of, you know, plasterboard, and I got palings that were left over from my grandfather's workshop, and put those in, and they look bloody good actually. So yeah, we might have to move on to doing the kitchen. There's too many gaps in these palings, and the wall that's like facing the veranda, that's actually planks, huge big wide planks, like more than 9 inches wide. And of course, every single one of them, you know, there's a slight gap there. You know, I mean, they're more or less whacked close together, but it's not actual like a tongue and groove setup. So, you know, there's the occasional little gap there. But the worst of all is the ceiling, because a lot of the palings off the ceiling were falling out of this place when I first started to fix it. Some were questionable. Some I put screws in to make sure they stayed up. But you know, the ones in the kitchen weren't too bad. But, you know, some of the other ones were crap. The ones in the bedroom, I mean, they were frickin' atrocious. There's bugger all left, and what was left was just like dangling. And so I had to knock all them out. But the trouble is, the ones in the kitchen are starting to sort of separate. I don't know if it's the what's going on with it all. I mean, it's probably all to do with the movement of the frickin' stumps and everything going left and right and everything. But they're starting to come away a little bit, and I've put like a no more gaps acrylic gap sealer in there to then have it all move again. And, you know, some of these windy days you have all this dust and shit blow down from there. It's turning to shit. I've really just got to, you know, bite the bullet and rip it all out. But, you know, then you've got lights there and cables, and you've got 12-volt lights near the stove. We've got the other compact fluorescent in the middle of the blooming room, blah, blah, blah. You know, so I'm going to have to, and then there's leads that run right through to the bathroom. They're all against the wall, against the ceiling. They're not inside the ceiling space because I wouldn't trust them to be for the amount of frickin' mice getting around that they'd probably chew the bastards. So if you've ever wondered why there's a lot of cables running around in my house, it's because you wouldn't want to put the stuff in the wall, or especially in the ceiling space, because the mice would frickin' chew the shit out of it all. And I could do without things randomly shorting out. So, you know, that's what's going on there. But anyway, thought I'd show you this little find. It's fairly good shit, actually. I mean, you know, quality-wise, she's a little bit shonky donk, but thickness-wise, like the other stuff's about 1/8 of an inch, and this is like, frickin' hell, it's like 5 mil or 1/4 inch or something like that. It's actually fairly thick, actually, especially for stuff that cost me nothing. You wonder where this one come from? I've got some stuff from my father the other week to do wood turning with. It was frickin', I believe it was European birch from a shipping container from Russia. Now that was a great big long log that's, you know, like I sat it in this car and it was frickin' sitting on the center console. And, well, this stuff here, Germany. So, bugger knows where, you know, it's going to be some sort of European, it's probably birch again. But yeah, this is stuff all come from Germany. It's all the second-rate stuff, but it was only used to put in between stuff inside a shipping container. So this is what happens when you work for a true multinational. I see pallets with the heat treating signs, you know, on there, and this is shit from Italy and India and China occasionally, and you know, Germany and Russia and one time even Malaysia. But that was some stuff from elsewhere that had got taken by the Malaysian branch, and they couldn't manage to sell it, and it sat around for months. So then they sent it on to us, and yeah, I guarantee you she'd been out in the rain for a little while, because some of those pellets were going mouldy. But anyway, that's yeah, that's what I've been getting from work.